Hello, Paul Stryer here with Digital Course Warriors. This is video number 7 of a 10 video series on how to create an online course and coaching program. Before we start, as always, please hit the share button and share with all your networks. Hit the like button, the heart button, the subscribe button, the bell button, and comment below. Make sure you ask lots of comments. That helps us with the algorithms so that we can share this video with a lot more people and teach as many people as possible. And ask your questions. I'll answer them. Ask them. Put it out there. And also use the hashtag Digital Course Warriors in the comments as well when you're asking your questions. With that being said, let's jump into number 7. Number 7 is actually creating your course. That's it. In the previous one, we talked about selling your course before you create it. You don't have to do that, but you can if you want to. So today is all about making your course. So what does it take to make a course? Well, that's a long subject, and I'm not going to be able to do it in this one video. There's 50 plus videos in my course on how to create a course, and then you also get my coaching along with it while you're building the course if you take the Digital Course Warriors Blueprint, which is my course and coaching program. But with that being said, let's take a look at the high-level overview of what it takes to build a course. So building a course can mean a lot of things. Depends on how big the course is going to be, how little the course is going to be. Is it going to be a live course? Is it going to be a pre-recorded course? There's a lot of things, and that goes into your framework day. On your framework day, or week, or month, however long it takes you to build your framework, you need to decide what's going to be in each lesson when you're building your framework. And in that lesson, you need to decide what kind of video is it going to be. Does it need to be a screen share video because you're teaching something on the computer? Does it need to be a video that shows, something you're building with your hands, so you need a camera looking down at the table where you're building something? Do you want videos of you? And do you want to do it live or Memorex? Now I'm dating myself, live or Memorex. That's an old thing. Look it up. Go look it up, the old Memorex ads. It's a cassette tapes back in the old days. But with that being said, are you going to go live or Memorex? What does that mean? Well, right now I'm recording a video for you on this series. This is Memorex. I'm recording it. I'm going to post it later, and I'm going to schedule it on a certain day, and it's going to go out to all my networks. That is recording a video pre-recorded. If I do it live, then I'm going to go into Facebook Live and I'm going to click live, or LinkedIn Live, or YouTube Live, however I'm going to do it. Or I might have a bunch of people meet me in Zoom, and then I'll do it in Zoom. And you can actually create your course live by doing the first one live in Zoom or YouTube or wherever you're doing live, and hit record. And then take those videos and put them into your learning management system, and that becomes your on-demand videos. So you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You create the video while you're doing your live. Now, it just depends on what you want to do and what you feel comfortable with and what's the best for your product. And that you really need to figure out when you're doing all your planning. So figure out what each lesson's going to be. So in your framework, you have all the modules and lessons listed out, and under the lessons, you're going to type out what's going to be in the lesson. You don't have to put word for word for word, but it might be an outline bullets of all the key topics that you want to talk about in there. And then you might want to put like a couple of frames of information about what format that's going to be in. Is it going to be a blog post? Is it going to be a live video? Is it going to be a pre-recorded video? Is it going to be a PDF? Or is it going to be a video and a PDF? So each lesson might have something different. That's why planning is so important. If you go ahead and just start creating before you have a plan, you're going to end up in the rabbit holes, and it's going to take you forever to finish if you ever do finish. So once you record these videos, however you get them recorded, and making your PDFs and doing all that stuff, you need to get it out into the internet. The best way to do that is to have a learning management system. Now, I teach Kajabi, and I can give you a free 30-day trial of Kajabi. If you ask me in the links down below, say hashtag Kajabi, and I will send you a link for Kajabi to get a free 30 days. Now, I highly recommend that you don't use that free 30 days yet, because here's the cool thing. Let's say you do decide to build a course. Build the course first, get all your videos ready, all your PDFs ready, get everything ready, then sign up for the free 30 days of Kajabi. Put everything in the very first day and start selling immediately. So that way you have 30 days that you're making money that you're not having to pay for Kajabi. And then at the end of 30 days, you do your first payment, and they just take it out once on the first of the month, every month, and life goes on. I highly recommend you do it that way. You could also put a learning management system onto your WordPress website, and you'd have to manage it yourself. You have to update it yourself. You have to make sure it's all working yourself. You have to manage your shopping cart like WooCommerce, all that stuff. So it's highly recommended that, especially if you're a beginner, just pay the $200 a month for Kajabi and get it over with and do it. But like I said, I can give you for 30 days for free if you comment in the comments below, and I'll send you a link for it. With that being said, once it's in the learning management system, then you can either take the link and post it in all your social networks and say, here's the course, go for it, sign up, get going in, or you can do some challenges and have some live challenges that, you talk about your product, but then you sign them up for the course while they're in the challenge. There's many different ways to market it. We'll talk about marketing later. That's a whole nother topic in itself, but you're going to start selling that link to your LMS system, however you get it out there, and then they go and they put their credit card in and start watching. So again, you need to make the product, which is your videos, your PDFs, anything else that you're going to give them as massive value, put it into your learning management system or however you're going to present it to them, and then start selling that link. And then you launch, you run some advertising. A lot of times I do not recommend that you do Facebook and Google ads, especially in the beginning. I highly recommend that you get yourself to like 10,000 a month of income before you start thinking about running ads, because then you can use your income to help you run the ads. And it doesn't take much money to run enough ads to bring in enough customers for a small business like ours, and like yours and mine. So, you can do it on a pretty cheap budget, but I highly recommend you don't, because that's a whole skill in itself, running Google and Facebook ads. And probably would say the first time you start using Facebook and Google ads, just hire somebody. But let's not do that in the beginning. Remember I said, make a community before you start building your course, so that way when your course is done, you have a warm market to start selling to. So sell to that warm market first, and then start going into where your target audience lives and become an authority in those Facebook group and LinkedIn groups, not yours, but the ones that belong to other people. Start talking to people as if you're an authority and an expert in the comments, and then they'll just naturally reach out to you to ask you more questions. Then you get them in a DM, and then you can tell them about your program and get them to buy your program. That's the way to do it without getting kicked out of other people's groups. With that being said,